we do be good.
All right, yeah, we're 44 minutes into this stream. Wow, that is not long
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Okay, we're in the Forlorn Desert.
Nice. Uh, so, uh, how's your day been?
My day's been fine. I'm in a state of in a state of being kind of tired, but like I know that if I stop to just relax for a bit, I will just pass out. So I want to avoid that.
Oh, mood.
Yeah.
I um, I just beat Cynthia on
Oh yeah.
Brilliant
You
Search.
mentioned you've been playing Pokemon lately.
No, I haven't actually. I haven't touched Pokemon since like the first week it came out because last time I tried fighting Cynthia, I encountered the game-breaking bug where the text box doesn't load the rest of the text during a battle.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that game is loaded with lots of bugs, huh?
yeah, not as
Oh
much
shoot.
now, considering I last time I played was the first week that it was out. Like I bought it at launch.
That's fair.
Uh, and so yeah,
Yeah,
I
there
finally
has
beat.
been talk that that they've fixed a lot of the glaring issues.
Yeah, I just hadn't gotten around to. The thing is, I didn't encounter that bug that until the final fight.
Hmm. So you just sort of
Uh,
stopped and then like you decided, oh, okay, I'll get back to this later, and then you just never did.
exactly,
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
like, luckily I save scum like a bitch, and I didn't have to fight the Elite Four again.
Do you know who else saves comes like a bitch? Me.
You? Yeah,
But mostly in horror games.
that's fair. But yeah, I beat her in the most valid but also dumbest way possible. So I can handle 5 of her Pokemon decently well.
And then it's the Garchomp that screws
Yes,
you
it
over.
is the
Of course,
Garchomp.
everybody mentions it's the Garchomp. That's what
That's
I
because that's the
know.
only one that's a challenge.
That's
So
fair.
what I did was I
Boom! Before you even ask, behind the waterfall.
yeah. So what I did was I kept spamming revives, the revival herbs, between my Staraptor and my Luxray, because both of them have Intimidate, which lowers the attack. I
Hmm.
just kept doing that until it ran out of Earthquake, and I could actually survive more than a single round.
Earthquake
And
is
then,
such a frustrating move.
oh, absolutely.
It's not
Like
even funny.
there's no way to beat it other than just like keep spamming the Pokemon until it runs out of PP. And so that's what I did. And once it ran out of Earthquake, it was smooth sailing from there. I just kept using Brave Bird with my Staraptor because none of its other attacks could do enough between the two Pokemon with Intimidate. None of the attacks could do any damage or could do enough damage to
To matter.
hurt me. And also, my Staraptor had stolen her Gastrodon's leftovers earlier in the fight.
Of course, that's
Um,
always nifty.
yeah, and also the Gastrodon is an absolute bitch to fight if you don't steal it.
Hmm, yeah, that makes sense.
Uh, so yeah, the Garchomp was a war of attrition, and I finally beat it.
Oh, did you see what the
Uh,
clever thing I did? I put a rock in the path of the object that I need to activate to open up this temple.
nice.
Also,
So those,
I love games that include time mechanics with bubbles.
yeah, like rewinding. Oh man, you should get Skyward Sword. It has that in the third dungeon.
Yeah, I'm aware. Uh, Yeah, I kind of avoid Skyward Sword because, like, no matter how many good things I hear about it, like, people always be like, okay, yeah, but here's the bad things, and the bad things sound
Well,
so much worse to what
well,
I would
here's
enjoy.
the HD remake for the Switch fixes 99% of the bad things.
Okay.
Like the motion controls, you don't have to play with motion controls. It's you use the second joystick for the sword. It takes a little bit of getting used to because it also controls the camera when you press a specific button. But like once you finish the tutorial, you'll be like switching between controlling the camera and using the sword as though it's second nature. Like
Mm,
it's really easy to get used to. Um, and Fee's dialogue, all of the redundant dialogue she has, like telling you something that you were just told by another NPC, um, that's cut out. Like most of that's cut out. She doesn't stop the game to tell you to go buy a shield 3 times
mm.
when you're trying to get to the surface. Like it is way, 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 way better and more.
Oh, dang it.
Oh, I see what you gotta do.
Yeah,
It's way better than the Wii version.
that's fair. I do like that Plux chimes in to let you know when you're, like, really close to the end of the puzzle. That's always a nice touch. You know what game series Skylar and Plux reminds me of,
Jack
unironically?
and Daxter.
Not Jack and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh, okay, that
AKA
would have been
because
my
it's,
second guess.
which is fair. That reminds me of another game that I've been thinking we could possibly stream as a one-off.
Is it Ratchet and Clank?
No, Rough Trigger.
Never heard of it.
So in 2006, when Ratchet and Clank was on a hiatus because they were working on the new Ratchet and Clank game, a bunch of I don't want to say nobodies, but like they kind of were a development team that nobody had ever heard of made a Ratchet and Clank ripoff called
Oh, that's
called
cool.
Rough
That's a
Trigger.
really interesting way to do that time mechanic.
Yeah, it doesn't really evolve past the that method though. So
Oh, that's sad.
yeah, I mean this was made by a very small team, so
That's
I
fair.
really don't blame them for cutting corners and just doing the same thing multiple times. Yeah, so see, now I gotta walk all the way over here, and this is sort of how it gets more difficult.
Yeah. The time mechanics in Skyward Sword are like a lot more in depth. They have similar stuff to that. You do have to like set things in a past state and move them around to create like bridges and shit.
That's fair.
But also the they have the time mechanics on rails,
Mm.
so you have to like keep up with them as they're moving, but also try to fight the things
Oh,
or avoid dying by
you
the
want
things
some
that it spawns.
praise? You want some praise right now for this game?
But
I love this section. This is a legitimately good section. Guess what I gotta do?
you have to shift the sand to fill the outer area.
Maybe. Oh. Maybe I do this. And this thing happens. And water pours out of that mouth.
Ah, and it's gonna turn into sand once the thing is done.
Ooh, clever. I climbed the tree to get to the next area to grow the tree more.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Oh, here's what I'm gonna do.
Uh,
Here, this is clever. Boom. See, you gotta unplug that.
ah,
Yeah.
that's interesting. The I really like puzzles. Oh, I see. You have to Jacob's ladder it.
Yep. They're fond of this one, by the way. The Jacob's laddering.
I mean, it is a pretty. It is a simple yet
Effective method
effective
of doing.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Ooh. Push.
I'm always a fan of interesting puzzle. Like you can tell how good a game is based on the puzzles it has, in
That's
my
fair.
opinion. Like I think the best puzzles are the ones that like start off simple, but like as the game progresses it adds more and more onto it, but in such a way that the parts become like second nature. So by the end, you're solving like these super complex puzzles by breaking it down piece by piece.
You mean like Portal?
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Portal, did you see the new Nintendo Direct?
Yeah, they added Portal 1 into the Switch, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, on the topic of the Nintendo Switch, guess what game is coming out this year?
Uh.
It could be.
Oh yeah, Cloana,
Oh no,
Klonoa,
it's Kirby.
Cloaca.
It's
Oh.
Kirby.
Well, I know Kirby's coming out.
I know, but I'm excited because Kirby.
I am too. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard to deny Kirby. I legitimately like that boy. Mm.
Um, I I am mildly horrified by Kirby's um
Mouth thingy.
yeah, because he doesn't swallow it to become it.
Yeah, that is kind of creepy.
I'm in a bit of trouble there.
I'll get it. Don't worry. I'm very close.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's probably some guy out
Yeah.
there who's going, "Oh, you hit it like 12 times in order to finish this puzzle. This is baby shit. You should have figured this out in 2 hits."
You know what?
God, Plux has like a weird design. Like you just look him in dead in the eyes, and his eyes look dead. I look at that. He looks high, you know, but not like
Probably
but
is.
not like the good high, where like you can tell there's a person behind that smile, but the bad high, where it's like they're completely out of it.
I think that um I think that companion characters are like another very like on top of
Easy to
there's a
screw
lot
up,
of
but great when they're done well.
oh, absolutely. Like some of the best companions
Look how cool
like
that tree is.
some of the best companions have like simple designs. Uh because you don't want to like get over complicated with them because then they overshadow protagonists.
You,
Like
you know what?
some great
You know who's a really good side character? Daxter from the
Kazooie.
Jack and Daxter
Oh,
games.
yes. And that
Uh,
is also a simple designed character.
he looks like
He
a
is.
he looks like an
He,
orange ferret.
I was gonna say otter, but yeah,
Well, he's specifically an
he's an ocelot.
ottsel, which is an otter
Yeah,
weasel hybrid.
yeah. Uh, so yeah, I think that it is a good design.
Yeah, Daxter has a great
Um,
design. Clank has a great design. Uh,
Kazooie has a great design.
Kazooie has a very good design because she's a bright red in contrast to Banjo's really muted brown,
Yes.
which works because she's the effectively the super jump button. Hey, I don't think I didn't see you there.
Yeah. That's actually how Kazooie was created. Back when they were uh shifting it from Project Dream to like because Project Dream was a 2D side scroller or no an isomes no it was an isometric platformer. I don't remember. It was an isometric game with a human exploring the giant's castle
Yeah,
and all that shit. But when Banjo was like a side character who ended up being when Project Dream was paused, Banjo ended up being put in Diddy Kong Racing.
makes sense. Diddy Kong
Uh,
Racing is fun. I've played a bit of that. I should play that more.
but yeah, Banjo was put there, and then they liked the design, so they made him be the main character instead. As the direction of the game was shifting, and it became a platformer. So they gave him a double jump, but they're like, it doesn't really make sense for a bear to be able to jump twice. Why don't we have wings coming out of his backpack? And then after that, they came up with the idea of the slopes that legs come out of the backpack so that they have like the idea of something is living in the backpack. And then from there, they just decided to give it a face, make it a companion character, and make it the best companion character in video game history. But it's really interesting that Kazooie was made specifically with her mechanics in mind first, and then uh
The
the
companionship later.
yeah the design and companionship later.
Oh, you
Because
you missed it because you're talking about Banjo and Kazooie, but CRT the bad guy has a really good point about our protagonist.
oh, what was it?
One he calls a thief, and the other a lazy layabout who avoided action until somebody stronger came around to do it for him.
I mean, that is fair.
Yeah, he's not wrong. well,
I
well,
love it when the villains have a point.
everything we know about Skylar is that she is a thief who shows up and tries to steal from CRT. And even though CRT is legitimately a bad guy, cannot argue that enough. He does have a point in that Plux kind of sat around doing nothing until Skylar showed up to save the day in his steed.
Yeah.
And Skylar
Well,
herself is defined only by the fact that she showed up and commits a crime. So,
you know what they say. All it takes for atrocities to be committed is for good people to stand and do nothing.
yeah. I do really like the music for this game. It's so bumpy and upbeat.
I guess.
Okay, we're getting into part 3. And then part 4 is just a boss fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Uh, oh,
Guess
what
what
are
the
your
theme is for this area?
sewers? Oh, cities? Oh, it's
Power plant.
chemical zone.
It's a power plant.
Oh, Chemical Plant had the best music in Sonic.
Chemical Plant has great music. You know
It
what the
does.
best music is?
Uh, City Escape.
Trust in me, set you
Set me
free.
free.
Trust in
Trust me
me,
and
and we
me.
will
We'll
escape
escape
from
from
the
the city.
city.
You butchered that so hard.
Oh, totally.
Follow
Me,
me.
set me
Set me
free.
free.
Trust
Trust
me, and
me,
we
and we
will
will escape
escape
from
from
the
the
city.
city. I'll make it true. Oh, dang it, I forgot to get the health upgrade.
A big rippy.
Oh, whatever.
Um,
I don't need the health upgrade. I'm invincible. You see how much HP I have? 5 hit points? Oh, dang it.
Three. Um, what are some of your favorite level aesthetics? Like level themes? Because
Uh,
I am a huge slut for ice levels in 3D platformers. I know that's controversial
I think it
opinion.
varies. I like me some lush jungle areas.
Oh yeah, those are always good for like first areas to
Yeah.
let you get because
Uh,
it's an easy to understand theme and
yeah.
it's usually lends itself to be easily
Navigated.
traversable.
Because
Yeah.
they sort of really do lean on like a golden path with those kinds of levels.
Yeah, yeah. Usually in the like usually with like a dirt pathing um I I I think the best kinds of levels are the ones that combine two aesthetics.
Oh, I totally
Like
get that. Yeah.
yeah, like Hellfire Peaks in Banjo-Kazooie or in uh
That's why I think like a lot of Ratchet and Clank levels work really well because they combine two general sorts of areas into one. Like it's not just like a swamp level, it's also a jungle level. It's not just a ice level, it's also a techno level. Most areas are defined by like being part techno. So I guess that
yeah,
sort of helps in its favor.
you know what if I ever make a 3D platformer, one of the levels is going to be a combination ice level and ghost level. Because I think those would be a very interesting
Haunted
combination.
Shipyard.
Yeah, I'd call it Ghastly Glacial Galleon.
When I was a kid, I had a dream. I think I've told you general premise ages ago. But the idea is about a platforming game that features a polar bear that's trying to make his way back to
Yes.
the what is it, like the North Pole?
Yeah, the Arctic Circle.
Yeah. After being separated, and you
Yes,
travel
you
the
told
world.
me.
Anyway, my dream was always like the latter half of the game, where you find your way back to like the Arctic Circle, but you gotta like still get past some obstacles, etc., etc.
Yeah,
And
like
in
poachers,
yeah, yeah, no, no, not poachers.
global warming,
No, not that. I was a
global
kid.
warming.
No, it was a massive Jack in a Box house. It
Are
was like
you going to kill Santa?
no, no, it was like imagine if you would a massive manor filled with like Jack in the Boxes, but the Jack in the Boxes are evil, and you
I
have
mean,
to.
an evil Jack in the Box is redundant.
I mean, yeah, but not when you're like 6.
No, I was pretty scared of Jack in the Boxes when I was 6.
That's fair.
Those things are terrifying.
Check this out.
You know, one of my favorite bosses is an evil Jack in the Box.
Oh, yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Yeah, Mad Jack from
They have one of those in Spyro.
which one?
Spyro 1.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's like the fur no, it's the second boss.
No, it's the boss of one of the latter worlds.
Isn't it? I
Oh,
know the first one is the Scarecrow. That's actually
the
3
second
sheep.
one is a fat man with body armor.
Right, right. Okay, so it's probably like the third boss.
No, the third boss is a evil wizard.
Jesus Christ, we need to play Spyro. We can do that now that Blizzard Activision has been bought out and what's his face is been disgraced and fired and all that shit.
Yeah, fair enough. No more Bobby Kotick. Weird. There's something oh,
Can you just push him?
there we go.
Oh, you just
I was using the
nice.
wrong item, so I was like
Now
very
you're thinking
confused.
with portals.
This puzzle does not evolve. There's a lot of puzzles that don't really evolve in this game, which is a shame, but like I get why. They only have so
That's
much to work with.
that's fair. Did we ever stream Portal and post it on the
We have
channel?
not, but I have played Portal before in
I know
stream.
we played Portal 2 together. I don't remember if we if it was for a stream or not.
I will say this game has some really good squash and stretch. The squash and stretch in this scenario being the character being like crushed.
Yeah. Uh, it could have done
Are
with
you
an
are you getting
animation to come
getting
out.
all staticky, or is that me?
I don't know. Everything's fine on my end.
Fair enough.
Um, I'd say that the squash and stretch could have been better if they had an animation for like coming out of the squash.
No, I mean in general, this game has like nice design in some places. Like I will say the models are a bit janky looking, but like the rest of it is like legitimately good stuff.
Did you know blueberries are the only fruit that's named after a color?
No, blackberry.
Black isn't a color, it's a value. Black, white, and gray are values, not colors, technically.
Well, that's just being anal. So
Well, of course, but it's still true. Try
uh,
to think. Try
straw
to
is
think
a
of one.
color.
What?
Straw is a color. Strawberry.
Why are straw? I don't think so, because straw is like
Straw is a color. It's straw brown, straw green, straw
that's
red.
named. Yeah,
I
that's
mean, it's named after
named after.
straw, but
Yeah, so that means it's not. Yeah, it doesn't count if like you know what I mean. Because straw's
oh, okay.
named
Then name
straw the
something.
colors.
Then name something else that's has a color name to it. Why not? Because I
Well,
know you're
that's
clearly
Georgia.
leading up to something.
No, I'm not.
You're clearly leading up to something. So name it.
I'm not leading. I
No,
am legitimately not.
then why bring it up?
Because I was looking at Reddit.
You clearly intend for there to be an answer to that. That's like, oh yeah, there's something else in there that doesn't. That's not just
No, there's
blueberry.
actually not.
Well,
Orange.
then that's like bring.
Orange is not. Orange is not named after the color. The color is named after the fruit. Is what it was gonna be leading up to.
Well, that's just being anal.
Well, of
By
course.
definition, and that's not fun. I don't find being anal about definitions fun.
I think anal's
That's
fun.
that's just being a bully.
I think anal's fun.
Anal is great. Don't get me wrong. But like being anal about definitions is the wrong kind of anal debate because that's just being a bully to people who are like who are trying to engage you on like an actual field, and then you're like, ah, because you didn't know that definition meant this, or like my phrasing was done in such a way to be like to intentionally screw with you, then
Okay,
I
I
win by
see.
default.
So
So
you'd get screwed over by a genie whenever you make a wish. I understand.
I don't make wishes on genies.
That's actually a very smart idea.
If a genie came up to me and and said, "I'll give you 3 wishes," I'd walk away and be like, "Ah, I'm not a chump. I know exactly what this game is." Do you know
I think
how many fables end in Arabian Nights with with the genie screwing people over, and then the only way out is by
it's the wish that you never made the wish in the first place.
no. Usually, it's
Oh,
to make the genie's life miserable.
oh. Uh, One of my favorite. So, Once Upon a Time is by no means good. It used to be. It's not now, but one of the good episodes was the origin for the genie. So what it was um he met the king, which is Snow White's father, the evil queen's husband. He met the king, and the king was like, "Well, I have everything I ever wanted. I'm the king. I don't really want. I can't think of anything I'd want. What would you want?" And the genie's like, "Oh, well, if I had a wish, I'd wish to be free." And the king used his first wish to free the genie.
Which is a bad idea.
And well, like even the genie is surprised because like the rules are that wishes have to backfire. Like
Hmm.
that's part of the rules. He has to abide by them. But he can't think of a way this could backfire because he grants the wish and the genie is free uh, and doesn't have powers, but is still uh, it's really chill and friendly and grateful for the king
Hmm.
and his selflessness. And then the genie falls in love with the evil queen. This is
Oh, and
before she
this
was
is where it
evil. Or
backfires.
yes, because the queen the queen kills the king to get complete control over the throne, and then uh uses uh frames the genie
Hmm.
by using a dagger from the genie's homeland.
Oh shoot,
Uh,
that's wicked.
yeah, and everyone knew that like it was an open secret that the genie liked the queen.
Hmm.
Um, so the genie used a used one of the wishes because there were still 2 wishes left due to how the rules work.
Hmm.
Used the wishes to try and screw over the evil queen, but in doing so, got himself trapped in the mirror, and that's how the genie became the evil queen's magic mirror.
Oh, neat.
Once Upon a Time had like a lot of the origin story episodes were pretty good, especially the Cruella one.
Did it involve evil Dalmatians?
Uh,
Did
it depends on
Dalmatians kill her mother?
yes, actually.
My goodness.
However, so for the origin of Cruella, it is done from the perspective of the author, who is the most powerful being because he's the one who like goes into these worlds to chronicle the things that happens and and he's supposed to just observe. He's not supposed to interact. Think of him like the Watcher from
Ah,
Marvel.
fair enough.
Uh,
But he
so
breaks
he
the rule this time, and and that's
yes,
how.
because he falls in love with Cruella.
Of course.
Um, Cruella
Oh.
tells him about how she planted flowers when she was young, and her mother tore them up, and how her mother, um, or how her father and stepfathers all died mysteriously, and
Oh,
how she
she's lying to him. He's
and
always
how
been
she's
rotten.
terrified of her mother's dogs because they won't let her leave. Um, and then he gives her the ability to command animals, to magically command animals, and
Hmm.
then he tries to go confront Cruella's mother, and Cruella's mom is like, "No, I got rid of those flowers because they were poison. She killed my first husband, and probably my second and third husband as well. And the author didn't believe her, so he went to go like look into things. And when he came back, uh, the mother was dead, killed by her own dogs at
Hmm.
Cruella's command. And Cruella was like, "Oh yeah, no, like thanks. I did not give two shits about you. I just wanted to have a fun night on town, and you gave me more than anything I could have asked for." Uh, like Cruella was so evil, and that was such a good. Like
I'm about to destroy
you
something
shouldn't
big.
make, yeah, you shouldn't make a character who wants to skin puppies into something sympathetic.
Yeah, I can
E-
agree there.
Even
Oh,
Twisted got it
this is
right.
one of my favorite tropes. You just run up a big shaft and just obstacle about it as
A
something
big
rises.
shaft, you say?
Aha, funny. A big area that goes upwards,
Yeah,
and
a vertical area, a tower.
you know.
Um,
Woo.
you would like the fourth boss in Wind Waker then, because it has this,
Probably.
at least for the first phase. First phase is just about getting to the top of the tower before the water rises and drowns you.
Hmm. Spooky.
Yeah.
This is like one of my.
Also,
This is one of my favorite obstacles in like like Jack and Daxter, the first game.
how does this thing's grappling hook feel?
Uh, Diff.
Oh, not as good as it takes two.
It Takes Two is like very automatic, so it's always like gonna be exact. This one has like a little control, but it's not like it's not like a lot of control in like yeah, you sort of swing back and forth in a set path at a set speed. So like it's a nice speed, but it's like you don't really feel the momentum carry, you know? If that makes sense.
Yeah. Uh, I do like just the idea of just holding up this turret bot to kill everything else. It reminds me of Portal.
Oh, that yeah, I'm definitely reminded of Portal 2.
Yeah. Portal 2 did have some of the better versions of the
Yeah,
bots.
I did it.
You did it.
I'm about to dump the Mr. Crushing Ball into a lava bath. I have no idea why.
Get dunked. I don't like Skylar's voice. I'm sorry.
Skylar doesn't have a voice.
Oh wait, was that Plux?
Yeah, that's Plux.
It looks like a lollipop.
Yeah, the fuses are all lollipops.
I don't like Plux voice.
That's fair. It's probably some Swedish guy who they asked to speak in an American accent for a bit.
Oh my god, that's cringe.
I've been doing that like every single time I get one of these power orbs. You do
I
realize that?
haven't noticed.
Of course you haven't. I had only played like twice before.
I may have said it's cringe
No,
the
you
last
haven't.
stream.
You didn't see
Did I
it.
never? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't even think you noticed though when they did it in like the forest temple you're talking about Banjo Kazooie. Your eyes glaze over and you just sort of zone out when you think of Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah,
Oh dang it! I think.
yeah,
Oh
that is true.
no.
Did it crash again?
I'm just gonna skip the cutscene. I'll tell you exactly what happens. It turns out that Bob is actually my robot arm.
I don't know who Bob is. Oh wait, isn't that a Bionic Commando reference?
No, I don't think so.
Wait, was it Bionic Commando where the guy's wife was in his robotic arm, or was
Yeah,
it in
that's what you're
Deus
thinking
Ex?
about. No, you're thinking about the robot arm from Bionic Commando.
Okay. Bionic Commando's a good, is really good.
Oh yeah, the big twist is that midway through the platforming section, Plux mentions a like species like wombrats or something, which are like ultra aggressive rodents. The big twist is that that's what CRT is.
Just an aggressive rodent.
Yeah, he's an aggressive robot rodent in a robot suit.
I believe that's called a mech.
Probably. It's like a TV head thing though, so
Like object heads, okay?
I do too. It's a neat design.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a
Literally anything can
cutscene.
be a head. God, I do not like Skylar's design. It's not fluffy enough.
He just bitch slaps her. That's amazing.
It's valid.
I'm trying to build a robot paradise, and what are you doing? Getting in my way.
Oh God.
Thank goodness for CRT.
Okay, that's actually a pretty good line.
But the dialogue is fun. It's good. It's good dialogue.
Yeah. You know what the best insult I've ever heard is?
What?
You could fill a library with the things you don't know. And in fact they do. It's called the library.
Fair enough. What's that from? It's where I know that's familiar. That sounds very familiar.
It's from BoJack. One of the best characters ever says it.
Hmm.
Uh, a, 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 a reporter, her name's Paige Sinclair. She's a reporter, but she like talks and acts like it's the 1940s.
Hmm.
And she's postponing her wedding until she finishes uh, the scoop, and so she talks like, and the best thing is like
Oh
uh
no! Turns out the energy beam thingy that I was spending the entire game making has been corrupted and is now evil and is powering the space station of evil.
so good. You can tell it's evil because it's red.
Yeah, red's a nice color. I like red.
Yeah.
People
But
are like
yeah,
red's an evil color, but I like red. It's a good color.
yeah. Paige
Like
Sinclair
purple.
goes on like a 2 minute like string of alliteration and 1940s speak. And then her sister's just like, "Why do you talk like that? We're from Fresno."
Mm.
It is so fucking good. Like it's so nice in like a world where like by the time it gets to the point of introducing Paige Sinclair, that's perfectly reasonable. Like it makes sense for a character like that to still exist. So it's really nice to have a grounded character be like, "What is wrong with you?" You know?
I have a choice. I can either go face the final boss now, and how long has the stream been going on?
Uh, like a little over an hour or a little under an hour. We can do a short stream.
Yeah, we can fight the final boss. Why not?
Yeah, let's just fight the final boss.
Yeah, this is not a long game, especially now that I'm like here playing it again. I'm like, wow.
Right here,
Right now.
right now.
See, I'm getting launched up into space for the big final battle. The first area in this game is definitely the best designed. The second and third are like still pretty good, but like not as good. I do like CRT. He's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Honestly, I like the aesthetic of CRT, like computers and TVs.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's a bit that's lost when the aesthetic fell out of fashion for flat screens.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like them big bulky monitors.
yeah. I mean, I'd never use one legitimately for my own
Fair,
desktop,
fair enough. Yeah.
but like if I'm if like in a movie, I would absolutely like try to set it in the time period when that kind of stuff was uh like in the 90s or in the early 2000s when that stuff was still around. What time period would you set a movie in?
Uh, like aesthetically,
Yes,
the 1940s.
that is fair.
I do
Wait,
love the
night one.
1940s after the war.
Oh, okay. That was exactly what I was gonna ask.
The,
So
the the
like,
Roaring Twenties or the 1940s after the war, like the high points of America, in which everybody is wearing like nifty bowler hats.
yeah, or Hamburgs
You know,
and stuff.
my grandmother grew up in my nana grew up in the 1930s, 1940s, and she has like a bunch of stories that like they don't tell you. Like for example, did you know that the
Oh
size
my God, I
the
hold on.
size of your hat was a sign of social status?
Oh, is that why like the rich girls would always wear those really big sun hats?
Kinda, yeah. She explained that if you were like a big important person, you would wear a hat with a wide brim, while a small another person below them might wear like a bowler hat with like the bowler hat brim, like the smaller brim.
Yeah,
And if you were like sort of nobody, you wouldn't wear a hat.
yeah. By the way, I'm always a fan of boss fights where like the hands are disconnected and act
Oh
independently.
yeah, CRT had, like legitimately has a great design. I will say this right now. He's like he's like such a good design in general. It actually hurt me, not just emotionally. Oh, the dialogue is great. I legitimately do enjoy this game. I would not be playing it on stream right now if I didn't love this game to heck.
I played games that I didn't love to heck on stream. In fact, I've played games I've hated on stream.
Fair enough, but this one I chose to play. Not just like I played it and then I just didn't end up liking it. So I'm playing this and I legitimately chose to, and I've already beaten it, so it's like I legitimately chose to come back to this game. Final hit.
Already?
Yeah, I'm good.
I know.
I only took one hit this match.
Do you think you'd
Oh dang it.
be willing to play ukulele?
Probably. Oh, here we go. Here's the big reveal. He's actually a hamster.
God, I don't like
It's over.
Skylar's
Finito.
design.
Dunyan rings.
What? Hammond. Okay, but why are you a cyborg? Because fuck you.
He is so small.
Yeah.
I like him.
This, honestly, I think this is kind of a. This would be a good, like, that halfway through the game twist and, like, spend half a game, like, chasing him down as he builds a new shit.
Mm.
I th- but, like, for an ending to a game, I feel like it's probably a disappointment.
Mm. I
Like
mean,
if you're really
the
invested.
developers have mentioned they're working on a sequel. The sequel looks a lot better from like what the little they've shown so far.
Does Skylar's design look better?
I don't think that's changed at all, but they haven't shown any photos of that yet, so who knows? Maybe it is better. I think it's the fact that it's like a furry snow leopard head on top of what is essentially
A
a
human
a
body?
human body, yeah.
Yeah.
His name's Tiberius Julius. How Roman can you get?
Romulus Ramus?
Fair enough.
Asked and answered.
No, Ramus doesn't count. He's Reem, not Rome. You almost had me tricked there. I know my Reemas and my Romas.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. What about Romulus
Romulus.
Antony?
Oh, that is a good one.
Romulus Antony Caesar.
Yeah,
What about just Mark?
he's in the mech suit again, the massive robot man.
Yeah.
And then they just blew up the station, and it's a big reveal that CRT was a real hero and saved them all. Yay! The Cloud people are so excited. They're slowly approaching because they plan to eat him.
Well, yeah, that's a falcon.
Well, no,
Also,
he's like a seabird. He's not a falcon.
I really don't like Plux's design. There's something uncanny about the face.
That's fair.
I think it's like the where the eyebrows would be.
Yeah, that's fair.
They put a lot of detail into it.
Yeah, he's got like the thing on the nose that birds have.
Yeah, that too. Also, I don't like the shape of the beak.
Even like something like Rough Trigger, I think has like a better design than like Skylar and Plux, which is so weird because Rough Trigger is so ugly too. Ratchet and Clank has like an amazing design though.
Yeah, so does Jack and Daxter.
Jack and Daxter's great. Jack was designed by committee, but Daxter was not. Lead narrative designer Eric Valentine, Jacob Gaval. You can definitely tell this is a bunch of people from like the Netherlands because it's like Max Herngren, Peter DeVark.
Look at all those consonants.
You look at all those fancy letters.
Yeah, Vaclav Porikanik.
Philip Haglund. Oh,
Alexander Baxter.
Flux is voiced by Philip Haglund. Ugh.
Haglund?
Keep your eye on like the employee list. See if Philip Haglund is in there too. Additional level design by Oliver Granlund.
Fjord Horenses de Jong.
Okay, I'm gonna be totally honest. I do love this game. So if any developers do end up finding this, I want you to know this game legitimately holds a special place in my heart. Otherwise, I would not be playing it right now here on stream.
And if any developers are watching this, I'm going to tell you from the bottom of my heart.
Please change Skylar's design.
Yes. Like, make her more animalistic. Like,
Make her smaller, pudgier, like Ratchet.
Yes. Like, give her, like, plantigrade or digigrade feet. Like, just something so she doesn't look like just a human wearing a cat head.
Maybe make the arms less lanky. She looks like she's been stretched.
Do that thing where like the upper portion of the arms and legs are thin, but the lower portions are like thick. That is really good.
They do that with the big arm, but not the small arm.
Yeah, but that's just easy. Basically, I mean, they don't need to go to that extent on the biological arm, but Still, it
I
makes
beat
it
this
look
one in
more
88
dynamic.
minutes. Wow. This is a
Yeah, still
44-minute
not world
stream.
record.
That's fair. I'm gonna just find an area and just parkour around it for a bit while we go through our.
Does she have a tail?
She does not.
Add a tail. Give her a tail. You know what? That's what I remember this from, actually.
Hmm.
The video about why it's important to make your character design interesting from the back. I remember now. They were
Yes,
talking
we,
about
we,
how,
we, we
like,
had that conversation. Yeah.
yeah, the video I'm thinking of talked about how, like, Link's hat moves when he runs, uh, and like Banjo has his backpack which sways with each step, and also, uh, it makes it more interesting.
Was there a video that wasn't just us talking about it? Because I feel like I know we've talked about this, but I'm wondering if there's like another video out there that's talked about this and use Skylar and Plux as an example.
I'm if it is just us talking about it, then I have no idea what the hell I'm remembering. But I could have swore there was a thing about how uh, it's important to design the back of your character.
Oh yeah, I remember talking about that with Crash Bandicoot. It's the Sonic's butt principle.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sonic's ass principle, named for Sonic's ass, the concept from Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, Crash Bandicoot has has spots on his back because of the Sonic's ass principle. I do love the music though. This is good music. I could listen to this. It's very Rayman Legend.
I cannot find what I think I was thinking of, which means I guess it was just us talking about it.
Fair enough.
So weird. Because I have like such a vivid memory of like the kind of voice that it was. I think I might just be I I
You're
think I'm
imagining me with a sexy voice? Ooh.
no, I think I'm imagining like Game Maker's Toolkit making a
Mm,
thing, but I can't find it. Like I can't find anything.
that's fair.
I mean, it does sound like the kind of thing Game Maker's Toolkit would do.
I mean, I would not be surprised if Game Maker's Toolkit actually talked about that.
I'm trying to find it.
Checking me out breaking the game.
Yeah, no, I can't find anything about it.
No, but generally, I believe that like it's important for like any video game to have a design that's interesting to look at from the back.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Spyro
Developers,
has an interesting back because he's got like wings and his tail moves.
yeah, developers just give her a tail that'll make her so much more interesting to look at.
Ratchet and
Uh,
Clank has Clank on the back and as well as Ratchet's tail, and also the guns are always big enough that they're always on Ratchet's shoulder.
yeah.
You know,
Link has his hat that moves whenever he runs, as well as his sword and shield.
he holds his sword and shields to the sides, so there's sort of like a little wing formation.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of ways to make character design interesting from the back.
Let's name another one. Sphinx the Cursed Mummy. He's got a tail.
I think that might be the game we were talking about it on.
Maybe. I can believe that. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
Ukulele has Laylee like sitting on Yuka's head, I think.
and whenever he does his any moves, he lately bounces about.
Yeah, yeah. And also Yuka has a tail.
Yeah, that's fair.
Honestly, so many character designs can be improved by just giving them a tail.
Yeah. I really do believe that like a tail is good just for like character design because like you get to look at the butt and it's like it's neat. You get to see the tail and the tail moves and flicks around and it sort of gives you an idea of what they're feeling.
Yeah. Like you can
I'm
use a tail to be a tail can be very expressive.
And it can just be used for like combat too. Like
Yeah.
even
Uh,
Croc gets that right, and Croc is like legitimately not like a great game, but like I still like it.
yeah. Let's look at Skylar's back while we're
Okay, yeah.
discussing
Here
this.
we are.
Skylar's back is very boring. Like it's hard to tell what even you're looking at.
They got a jetpack on, by the way, so the design is more interesting now than it used to be.
Uh oh nice. But yeah, like her design, there's nothing
See,
that
you can see it like when I switch to the jetpack, you can see the wings
okay,
flick
yeah.
out. Yeah, but that's about
But
it.
like with yeah, but there's nothing that actually like strikes the eye. The jetpacks, like yeah, they just look like shoulder pads rather than like wings.
Skylar's got like
Uh,
that one big arm off on the right, and like the regular feet.
yeah, it's just,
The
it,
back of
it's
her head is like some spots on it, but that's like
it's
an interesting
it's so
silhouette.
it's stiff is what it is. It's
Yeah.
very stiff. There's
Uh.
not a lot to nothing catches the eye specifically.
Yeah.
Like there's all individual parts, but nothing. It all sort of meshes and doesn't really stand out. A tail would definitely improve it because it would be something to draw attention to your eye because
Yeah. It would also like give like the running a bit more motion because like most of the running is done by like the length of Skylar's legs sort of trailing behind her, and like the weight of the arm as it like moves. But like that's just like two things. If you had like a tail, that would like really benefit her
yeah,
design, her motion, her flow.
yeah. Honestly, whenever you're running, I find myself looking at Plux more than I do
By the way, have you
Skylar.
noticed that Plux just jerks up and down like he's on like a set path? Like when I jump,
Yeah,
he does the hover, little air hump. He doesn't move like naturally like he if he's an organic being.
yeah,
He moves like he's been glued to my side.
yeah. That might be another thing to do. Have him like pivot down and up as whenever Skylar changes elevation.
Yeah, that could help.
Like I'm not a game designer. I don't I
Even
it
in
might be
Assassin's Creed,
difficult.
Ezio has like the cape.
Yes. Um
Connor has like the tomahawk on his side that jingles and jangles when he moves.
yeah. Yeah, basically something to feel tangible during like movement.
Kratos has the Leviathan axe and the chains.
Yeah.
And also, he's covered in a very striking design to begin with because
Oh yeah.
he's like
The
wearing his
ashes,
the ashes.
the ashes in the branding.
Yeah, but Kratos is like a key point in like good design.
Oh yeah. There's a like I get it. Video game designing video game characters is hard. I've been trying to make a video game character for a while now. Um and I understand it's hard. But whenever it's done well, it is done really well.
What's
Like
another great character design?
just great character designs or great character design to have something interesting going on in the back.
Yeah, in general.
Uh I mean there's
Mario. Mario doesn't
yeah,
really have like anything interesting going on in the back, but like he benefits. He's like a really old design, so
yeah.
he's got a lot of leeway there.
Also his colors are very like
Oh yeah,
they contrast each other really well. Uh
Mario's design is very iconic, and I think that's sort of
yeah.
where the benefits come from.
Yeah, I think another part of
And
Skylar's design is that the colors don't seem to like none of the colors really necessarily stand out. It's all feels like muted and doesn't have any like like add some red into it other than just the arm.
Mario
Because
also
or make
benefits.
the arm more vibrant.
Mario also benefits from like having really great animation.
Yeah.
Like you can
Oh,
definitely get.
Mario Sunshine had flood.
Oh yeah, Flood. Yeah. Mario always benefits from like really great animation in general. Like just seeing Mario bounce around. He's got like a fun little jog. He's got like a little personality. He'll occasionally turn his head to look at the camera when he runs. Super
Yeah.
Lucky's Tale. That's sort of a B grade platformer. That's sort of easily forgotten. The guy who designed Spyro's redesign was the guy who designed Lucky. He's a fox with a scarf.
Yeah, yeah. When you say Spyro's redesign, do you mean the one
Reignited,
from Skylanders? Oh, okay.
reignited, yeah, reignited trilogy. Uh, so the reignited trilogy guy, he did the design work for Super Lucky's Tale. If you look at
Okay.
like Lucky, you can definitely see a lot of Spyro influence.
Yeah. We should uh Spyro Reignited is definitely going to be one of the streams that we'll do if like if people can't or if some co-hosts can't make it. Uh
You know, it'd be fun to stream sometimes Super Lucky's Tale. That's pretty.
Maybe.
Well, new
We'd
Super
have
Lucky's
to
Tale. There's like
yeah.
5 different versions of Lucky's Tale. They're all the same game, but there's like just a slight difference in each of them. Like one was a VR game, one was a platformer with a fixed angle, and then like new Super Lucky's Tale is like the superior version of all of those, and it's like, oh god.
Okay, I thought of another. Okay, it's a good game character design. It's not a good game, but it is a good character design.
Ooh, tell.
Bubsy.
Oh, Bubsy. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, like he's got a good design.
He's got that shirt. It's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and the shirt really stands out against his fur.
You know
Because
what? I think
it's
like if
why
the only way to like really improve Bub's design would be to make it like the shirt change with his.
that would be amazing. Just have the exclamation point, like have it turn into a question mark whenever he's confused, or like an ellipses whenever he's
I
thinking.
mean, if you're gonna have like a shirt with like a really bold design on it, might as well make it something that like expresses itself with the character. Lean in on like the cartoony angle of it.
Yes. Yes. Uh, you know what? I don't remember what series it was, but there was a character who had a shirt with like a smiley face, but every time the character's mood changed, in the next scene, uh, their shirt's face would change to reflect their mood.
Oh, that's always amusing. I like that.
I don't remember what show it was though.
That's fair. There's probably a million shows that have done something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I think Bubsy had a pretty decent.
Yeah, decent design. You're cutting in and out. I think we're wrapping up.
Design
Yeah, we lost Silver.
because he's that are more prominent. They weren't as prominent in
Welcome back. We lost you for a while. So I think Silver's lost it. So Silver's gone. So I'll do the outro for us. Thank you all for joining. It's been a lot of fun playing Skylar and Plux for all of you. A lot of fun. This is a short stream.
comment challenge.
Oh yeah, comment challenge. I'm still
Uh,
saying the thank yous.
Comment challenge. What is a character who has good?
Good design in any game that you can think of. The comment challenge is, what's a good design for a video game character? Boom.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, my entire Discord crashed. Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Okay. Did you say the comment challenge?
Yeah, I said the comment challenge. It's
What
what's
was it?
what's a game character with a good design?
Okay. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. I don't know if you heard.
I heard you say that, but at least.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that.
Handsome
So
Jack
check
is a
out.
good design, but he's not like
Yeah.
he's not like a player
Yeah.
character, so.
At least not in 2.
Yeah, fair enough.
Uh,
All the Borderlands characters like really solid design.
yeah, but the thing is, you don't see them from the back.
Fair enough. You know, because it's a first-person shooter. The Gears of War characters have like solid enough back designs.
Yes, because they have all that like armor on.
Yeah, it's very big, bulky armor with a lot of design work on the back, and they got like the skirts and like the shoulder pads, and it's like they have really big, mean silhouettes.
And the fucking chainsaw guns.
Yeah, the chainsaw guns are great.
Yeah. So check out some of the other stuff on the channel.
Here's something funny on the topic of chainsaw guns before we do the sign-offs. When Cliff Belinsky first suggested they attach chainsaws to guns, the art designer hated the idea so much he intentionally tried to sabotage it.
And they went with they went with the intentionally crappy design.
No, what ended up happening is Cliff Belinsky looks at all these, says, "What are you doing?" And he just like drew it up on his own, like in like a minute. And then the art designer was like, "Damn, that is a good idea." So that seemed to be like just like a moment of like epiphany.
I think it would have been
like,
more funny if I think it would have been more funny if they went with the design that was supposed to be crap that was thrown out.
To be fair, one of the crap designs they showed in the documentary, it was on like a special edition for like the second game. It had a pizza cutter.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
It sounds so funny. It's like a circular saw, and it's like
a buzz saw.
Yeah, it's like a circular saw, like you would see in like a factory, like. Zzz.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
It's so stupid, but I love it.
Alright, so check out some of the other things. We got Gauntlet Dark Legacy. We got Katamari Damacy. We got Mario Luigi.
Superstar Saga.
Yeah, and we got 2 D&D campaigns, Curse of Strahd and World of Tapir.
Yeah.
Definitely check them both out.
Well, thank you all for coming, and all that out of the way. Nothing left to say, but...
Good night, everybody!
Good night, everybody! And remember, Crash Bandicoot is a great design no matter what anybody tells you.